Hey, how are you? Let everybody come on in here. Before I get started too much. Ooh, I'm looking oily. Hold on, let me block my face some. Okay, because that light got me lighting over here. Hey, Miss Paula, how are you? I'm gonna let y'all come on in the room before we get started today, tonight, whatever y'all want to call it. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope your week is starting off good. Y'all see I'm over here fanning, so you know what that means. Your girl's still hot. Yes, I'm telling you. I have been staying in prayer. That's all I can tell you. Stay in prayer. Because what can happen, will try to happen. Hey, Miss Jody, how you doing? Hey, Carla. Hey, Nicola. I don't know if y'all can hear that I'm tad congested today, but that's okay. It's not going to stop me. I am still here. Trying to decide if I'm going to get my flu shot. If y'all did not know, the flu shot is available for those who want one, okay? I'm going to tell you a trick. A nurse told me, and I don't get my flu shot unless I do this first. She told me to always get my flu shot late in the year versus when they first come out. And hey to everybody who's there, y'all tuning in. If you're first time here, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to go over some stuff tonight. But right now, I'm just giving y'all the remedy on what to do if y'all going to go get this flu shot, okay? So don't get it when it first comes out. And the second trick is to take medication before you go. So if you know you're going to get your flu shot on Wednesday, you start taking your medication Sunday or Monday. Get it in your body so that when you get the flu shot, because you are getting a live virus, it will already ward it off. It will at least make your symptoms a lot easier. And then y'all know the arm be hurting where they give it a shot at. If your arm hurts, I pump my fist a lot. Okay, and I know that may sound crazy, but I pump my fist a lot, and that helps work that muscle. So to whoever wants to go and get the flu shot, it's flu season. Okay. So if you're not taking something, some elderberries, some whatever, y'all know how y'all do when COVID came out. Nobody want to take no medicine. Okay. So anyway, happy Monday to everybody. Thank y'all for being here as usual. If y'all have any questions, y'all can go ahead on and drop them. Tell me what y'all been seeing on TV. I'll tell you what I've been seeing in the news. And basically, we're going to spend this one good hour here, drop some gems for y'all as always. And yeah, that's it. So like I said, it's your first time here. Please like, follow. I'm also on YouTube. I'm on all the social medias under the same exact name. So if you see Shamika Saves, please go and support your girl. Just like I support y'all with this info. Okay. All right. So it was like, hey, Mo. All right. Philip says, I wouldn't trust any shot right now. You don't know what they put in these things. You're right. Exactly right. I'm not an advocate for people taking any kind of jab. Just let them know if they want to, what they should do. Okay. At this point, you can't trust anybody. And that comes from the bank to the doggone government, to the pharmaceutical companies. You just can't trust anybody. The only person you can trust is yourself and the Lord if you believe in him. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm going to talk about, Nicola. So let me get on to this real quick. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention because, of course, they're throwing everything else in our face. If y'all have not heard about the strike that is going to take place tonight at 12 a.m., which will be Tuesday morning, there is a hold on, let me get the right name. I want to call it by the right thing, but they are basically the longshoremen, the ILA, that is a union for the longshoremen. They are basically saying, y'all not paying us enough at the port, and we basically are not going to work. So if y'all did not know, just a little quick thing, the port, which is of course where they bring out all the shipping containers, the port does not have any employees. Okay. If they do, they have a few. The majority of the people that work at the port are union employees that fall under the ILA, which is the, I forgot what the I stand for, but I know it stands for something Longshoremen Association. Okay. And basically, they want about a 77% increase in pay, which is ridiculous. Okay. They want an astronomically high pay raise, if you ask me. Okay. They also want the port to agree that they are not going to replace these employees with automation. Okay, so y'all know everything is AI, computers, robots, everything's doing everything. And these guys want to make sure they have a job. Yes, we don't want people to be out of work. So they had agreed that they're not going to fully replace the employees, but they are looking to replace them with some equipment so that, the process can go a lot smoother. The ILA is fighting back and saying no. So I say all that to tell you guys, if you are buying anything from Amazon, Shein, Temu, baby, if they are not here in the United States, do not place an order for it, because you will be highly disappointed and you'll be waiting on it, and they're going to take your money and you're just going to be sitting out there with no products. So the strike basically is already in place. People have already went home. There's just individuals on the night shift right now. And at 12:01, they're walking off the job. The president already said that he is not getting in this. This is called collective bargaining. If you guys don't know what collective bargaining is, let me give y'all just a little bit of, educate you a little piece. But basically, collective bargaining is the right for employees to dispute or go back and forth or have a negotiation process with their employer. Okay. And the longshoremen work for the port. So they right now are going back and forth to try to come up with some type of something. And right now, nobody is agreeing on anything. So we don't know how long this is going to be. They're saying that about 55,000 containers a day will be sitting and not moving in or out of the ports. This is going to be all on the East Coast. So it's going to go all the way down from Florida, all the way up to Maine. Okay. So that whole eastern side, all the ports are going to shut down, which is, we are going to feel a ripple effect. Now, you probably are not going to feel this right away. Some of y'all probably already done got y'all groceries. Y'all see they're doing this around the first of the month. At least thank you for that, because they know a lot of people probably going to get their check or get paid. But if you have not, go and get you some essentials, just like you did if it was a hurricane coming, tornado coming, or COVID was coming. Okay, go and get you some stuff and put it in your home, because you do not know when the next time it's going to be there. Okay, people probably going to be going crazy over water. Y'all know how people get over water. Nobody's thirsty until something goes down. So y'all please go and spend your money wisely. Ain't no time to be going to the club right now. Get you some alcohol, get all them things y'all like, cigarettes, things that have to be imported over here. Okay. So don't get your stuff now, just in case it's not. We do not know how long this is going to last. And if this lasted for a long time, this could really, really, really hurt this economy. Which of course, this is election season, y'all. Don't let what is happening here influence your vote. Okay. Well, maybe it should. I can't say. I don't think that it should. I think this is something that the government does not need to be involved in. These people pay their union dues. This is the union. The union needs to fight, and the port needs to fight, and they need to come to some agreement like grown-ups without having the government step in and do everything. Because one minute you don't want them in your business, the next minute you do. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that. All right. So again, drop your question if you have any. Most said UPS strike and got 100K salaries. Yeah, UPS, it makes a ridiculous amount of money. Unfortunately, when you keep raising salaries like that, it affects everybody else, which is why people cannot afford to buy orange juice, milk, all those things. I'm not saying that individuals don't need to get raises, but there's just some jobs that it's like, come on. And UPS making over 100 a year. I can see if that's from a lot of overtime. But that's a lot of money for what? Okay. So sorry if I offended anybody for UPS. You can go on and say your piece. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Oris, hey, Miss Oris, say good evening to Shamika and company. Bless lady. Last day of September. That's right. Nicola says stock up because items are going to be scarce and prices are going up. You got that right. You definitely need to. This is why if y'all ain't couponing, y'all need to. If you're interested in learning, we can put together a class. It's a lot of couponers in this group. Okay. Because look, I even said, you know what, I'm going to get me a paper on Wednesdays and Sundays because the grocery prices are just getting to be ridiculously high. Okay. And when you can't eat the foods that you want to eat because the prices are crazy and you now got to go eat cube steak instead of T-bone steak, that's not how I live. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to get down like that. I don't want to have to make them choices. So I'm just going to have to do things to bring these prices down so I can still eat the way I want at a cheaper price. Okay. Tia says, okay, so it's International Longshoremen Association. Thank you. Says, I'm a member of ILA. I'm hanging on until retirement, 4 more years. Well, I hope you can hang in there. Stay in there for 4 more years. I don't know about this 77% raise. Tia, that sounds a tad bit presumptuous. Very, very on the edge of being greedy just a little bit. Okay. Starlight said there is nothing in Sam's. Okay, y'all better get out and start looking for some stuff. She says no water, paper towels, or toilet tissue. That's ridiculous. Now, I'm going to let y'all know now I'm old school, okay? Now, I came from back in the day where babies didn't always have diapers. They had to do cloth diapers, okay? So some of us know if we run out of toilet paper, we still going to be fine, okay? Because that's what they got wash rags for, all right? Now, I ain't trying to turn y'all into no Neanderthals, but some of us who started out poor and we had these very meager beginnings, we know how to survive in the event something like this were to take place and we can't get no supplies. Okay. No toilet paper, no problem. All right. And if you were in the military, you also know how to go and dig that hole. Okay. So we're just going to leave that there. Nicola says, there are a few companies who signed the contract. There are a few more companies who signed. Well, hopefully they will sign on. So this won't, because this will cripple the economy. I can tell you that. Okay. Ms. Orr says, I'm a couponer. She coupons everything. That's what I like to hear. Okay, let me move on. Let me try to get this all in here before time passes by. I don't know if y'all heard this, but did y'all hear in New York that they're now going to feed the rats birth control because they are having too many? There are 3 million rats in New York City. Now, that definitely had nothing to do with nothing, but I didn't even know that you could give rats birth control, but you learn something new every day. And since I learned it, I had to share that with y'all because I had no clue. Okay. And I knew when I lived in New York City that I didn't like it because it was just too dirty. Okay. And so for me to know that there's 3 million rats is not surprising, but this is why I would also never go back to live there again. Ill. Okay. Let me see. So tomorrow is 1 October. Just for those who did not know, 1 October is, or the whole month of October, is Domestic Violence Month. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I do not know why they put those two in the same month, but that's fine. We're gonna celebrate both. All right. So I wanted to real quickly give y'all a rundown on a couple of resources that you may or may not know. I definitely don't like to have to talk about domestic violence or the fact that some people may in their life become a victim. Maybe people are already a victim, but I do want you guys to know that there are resources out there, and I want to give you a few. Okay. So you definitely have your local resources and your state resources. You can find out about those resources if you become a victim of domestic violence simply by dialing 211. You can also, if you become a victim of domestic violence, you will be assigned a social worker or a victim's advocate through the court, through the police department, or sheriff, whoever it is that is taking care of you in your situation. They will assign you someone. Okay, this is your time to find out about money. All right. Now, yes, we want to heal. Yes, you need a place to stay. But those things you're naturally going to ask for because they know you need a roof over your head and they know you need to eat. A lot of people aren't thinking about, will they give me any type of assistance, financial assistance? And a lot of states do give financial assistance for relocation. And that could be when you're getting furniture, security deposits, those types of things. These are the questions that you need to ask because these nonprofits do have money for those things. And let me tell you, domestic violence nonprofits get a lot of money. And I can promise you they don't spend it on all the victims because victims don't know to ask for these things. And victims usually don't talk. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm a member of the Domestic Violence Club, not a place that I wanted to be a member of, but I know from personal experience, and y'all know how I am. If you watch this channel, you know I'm gonna ask. I don't care if I have 2 black eyes, broken arm, no legs, whatever. I'm gonna ask, what is in it for me? I'm already here. We already know I'm already in the domestic violence group. So now that I'm here, we done got that established. What is it in? What is in it for me? Okay. And that's the same way I want you guys to be. If you need to relocate, change your name, if you need to move to other states, they have programs where they will literally pay for you to do this and you don't have to come out of your pocket with anything. Now, it is easier to move around if you have kids. If you don't have any kids, it's much easier to move around because if you have kids, you got to get the court to give you permission to leave and all that. But I'm letting you know it's out there. A couple more things. They have a Violence Against Women Act. This is a federal act, but men can use it too. Okay. I don't know why it has women in the name and men can use it too. But basically, if you are going through the immigration process and say you experience some type of violence, your spouse is holding over the immigration, if you don't do so and so, I'm not going to finish your immigration paperwork. You can file Violence Against Women Act, whereas they will separate you from your spouse and they will look at your case for immigration on its own, so that you don't have to be a victim. Okay. Domestic violence is not always hitting somebody. It could be financial abuse. It could be abuse like this, where you're threatening someone that you're not going to do something you said you were going to do. So Violence Against Women Act is out there for men and women. Also, there are restrictions about what a landlord can do. So say that you and your boyfriend live together and the police is at your house all the time and the landlord wants to evict you because there's too much fighting going on. Well, if you are a victim of domestic violence, they cannot put you out in a lot of cases, especially if, let me make sure I say this. It has to be, not especially if, it has to be a home or a residence that is receiving some type of government funds. The government cannot tell a private landlord that they can't put somebody out, but they can tell you what you can do if they are paying the rent. So if it's Section 8, it's some type of voucher, emergency rental program, whatever. If you have somebody subsidizing, the government subsidizing your rent for you and you're a victim of domestic violence, it is much harder to get you evicted, okay? And they can't hold it over your head when you try to move into a new place. Unfortunately, again, I hate that we even have to have these conversations, but these are conversations that we need to. So every Monday for the next month, I'm gonna bring up some more resources for you guys, so that you know what is out there. There are state-specific programs. I'll say this and then I'll move on. Also, if you're the victim of domestic violence, you may be able to move into a new place and get your security deposits waived. Okay, so you can actually send proof to the customer service department to see if they waive waivers for individuals who had to move due to domestic violence. A lot of places will allow you to do that, especially with electric bills. Okay. So something you may not know, but some companies will allow you to do it. All you have to do is provide proof, and you do not pay any security deposit. And I'll say this, y'all know I don't encourage people to lie, but I will say that in the event you needed to move, all you got to do is use that same excuse. Being the victim of domestic violence, you need to move, and that's how you get out of paying your early termination fee. Okay. Now I'm just telling you to tell somebody. I'm not saying I know for sure, but I'm just telling you what you can do. Okay. What's proof? A black eye? I mean, yeah, it can be a black eye, but proof is in paperwork. Okay. In the real world, it's what's on pen. It's pen and piece of paper. All right. Ora says, "Hey, Mahalia, I had a young lady who I helped that was in a domestic violence situation. I helped her to get papers to stay in the country." That's right. So I'm just letting you guys know that, I mean, there are going to be people who, unfortunately, they will throw that immigration over your head. Okay. Because people trying to come over here. So I'm just letting you know there is something called the Violence Against Women Act. All right. So Domestic Violence Month and Breast Cancer Month starts tomorrow. Okay. Again, if y'all got any questions, please drop them. Let me see. I already talked about that. Oh, one other thing I forgot to let you guys know. If you are a victim of domestic violence, you can, in a lot of states, they will allow you to sue your abuser. Okay. I mean, y'all probably did not know about that, but I know Florida for sure does it. If you are a victim of someone, you can sue. Now, most time they probably don't have anything, unfortunately. Okay. But sometimes they do. Okay. And there are lots of things that you can sue for. One being emotional abuse, not emotional abuse. What is that thing they call it? Emotional. What's the thing, y'all? They be saying on TV all the time. It's emotional something. Okay. But when you're not at work, if you're missing time off work, all those kind of things, you can sue for those things. All right. All right. Let me keep going. All right. Miss Orr says, I had her document everything, the date, time, and everything. The court placed a stay away order on him. Good. Paper trail will get you out your lease. That's right, y'all. Okay. There's lots of things y'all can do. Okay. Now, this is crazy, but this is also starting tomorrow. I bet y'all didn't hear this on the news. Starting tomorrow, student loans are going to be reported on your credit reports. Y'all remember, y'all had 12 months where if you signed up, you consolidated your loans, they weren't going to report them to the credit bureaus for 12 months. Well, that 12 months ends tomorrow. So if you are late, if you are behind, if you have not made your payments, please expect to see this on your credit report probably by the end of the month. Okay. We don't know if they're going to automatically report anything that's been late prior to October 1st. They have not specified that. But I see it being more so towards the end of the month that they will place it, because that way it'll be the 30 days. Okay. Also, if you are in a consolidation plan with the government right now for your student loans, you should not be making any payments. That has not changed. If you have not consolidated your loans and you want to, they are giving you guys until Wednesday is the last day, they say, that they're going to give you to consolidate your loans to get on the Fresh Start program. And the crazy part about the Fresh Start program right now is nobody knows how much they're going to pay, because nothing was approved. The federal court blocked everything. So basically, if you just want to go and put your loans in something so you can waste some time so you don't have to make any payments for the next couple months, you want a couple months forbearance, I would go ahead on and get my loans in these consolidation programs if you have not already. Okay. I Am Living God said, is Florida rent more expensive than New York? I believe that I would say that it's not as expensive as New York. No. But Florida rent is going up. It's starting to be one of the very expensive places to live because people from up north are coming down. They're coming down to all the southern states. Okay. Tia, thank you. All right. So now y'all know this past week there were the storms. Okay. And shout out to anybody that's in North Carolina, got loved ones in North Carolina. Pray all is well for your family. But here I go. Okay. So unfortunately, if something happens and you get hit by a storm. Some people do not know, surprisingly, because their towns aren't hit that often. If you got a homeowner's insurance, that is who you should call first. If you have a renter's insurance, that is who you should call first. If you do not have that, you then have the option to go to SBA, the disasterassistance.gov, and then you also have the option to use FEMA. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, with FEMA, this is not the time to be out here fabricating any information, because now they are popping up. They used to never do that, but they are popping up, making sure that you are what you're saying is true. Okay, so I can tell you, in Texas, when they had Hurricane Beryl, the people from FEMA were everywhere. Okay, they wanted to see every little thing that you claim. So if you plan on doing anything funny, this is not the time to do it. Okay, and not to do it with FEMA. You might be able to get away with disasterassistance.gov with SBA, but don't try it with FEMA. All right. You can also get, if you've been affected, just a couple things I want to throw out there. Also get you some assistance. See, your state should already have been declared a national, emergency disaster, which means that usually starts disaster EBT, which means you get the food stamps. If you're not working, unemployment. I know a lot of people are they're out of their minds right now, not thinking about things. But the longer you wait, the longer it takes for these things to roll in, okay? And the people that you're calling to process your paperwork don't live in your town, so they can work faster than you can, okay? So you want to see about those food stamps. You want to see about getting you what did I say? Food stamps, unemployment, and in a lot of places, of course, FEMA's going to give y'all housing. When y'all do FEMA, just wanted to throw this out there. FEMA has a lot of different programs, okay? Not just a one-stop, let me just ask them to give me some money for one thing. They have a lot of different programs that they can cover. If one can't cover you on one, they can more than likely get you on another, okay? The name of the game, unfortunately, is you can't have any type of insurance to get help, because if you have some, they're going to tell you to go to your insurance first, and they'll cover with whatever your insurance did not. If you lost any documents, passports, anything like that, you can go and get your passports for free. As long as they can see that your town had a declared disaster, you will be able to go and get those documents replaced for free. I'm sure they're going to do the same thing with driver's license, birth certificate, and all of that. Okay. I'm trying to think. And if y'all have any tips for anybody else that especially people in Florida, we go through this a lot, so it's nothing for us. We automatically know exactly what to do. And please make sure you take pictures of everything, okay? Make sure if you're talking to family members, tell them to take pictures of everything. A lot of times you don't like to see your yard messed up, so you like to go out there and pick up stuff and make it look decent. But a lot of times you are hurting yourself when those people come out to try to write those claims to give you the money that they want to give you, okay? I saw this this news report where a person came out and did an inspection. They quoted the people $200 and something thousand they should get back from insurance because their home was a total loss. Well, the insurance company changed that paperwork and only gave those people $15,000. So if you are out there with these people, they come out and they do the ratings. A lot of times they will give you their phone number or their email address. That is the person that you need to stay in contact with, because you should have the right to see the report that they write up for your property. Okay, if they're coming out saying that this is wrong and this is wrong and this is wrong, they're taking pictures, they all in your house, in your bedroom, in your ceiling, you should have the right to see a copy. Okay, so please make sure you get that information, and please, please, please take pictures. People don't do that for some reason. Okay. All right. Let me see if y'all send anything. Okay. Again, if y'all got any questions, please drop them and ask. It's 7:30, so we still got some time. Okay. So again, student loans, y'all, starting tomorrow. If you have not paid, they will start reporting them. So if you have not, you're not on any kind of plan, you just flying by the seat of your pants, this is the time to at least call your student loan servicer. If you don't know who that is, just go onto your credit report. Go to creditkarma.com and look on your credit report. You will see. Okay. It will tell you who it is. Somebody sent me an article about Navient being sued and barred from doing work with the government. Thank you for sending that article. Unfortunately, I don't know how many of y'all remember Sally Mae, but Navient was Sally Mae. So basically, what's going to happen is Navient is now going to change into something else. Okay, there's only a certain group of people that or companies that can handle dealing with student loans and Department of Education. So when they get barred from doing work with them, all they do is bankrupt that company and open up as something else. So there may be a class action for Navient. We don't know yet. I will keep you guys posted. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. So I'll keep y'all posted on it. Okay. All right. Okay. And I told you about the fresh start. So y'all got until Wednesday to do that. And basically, if you guys are defaulted on your student loans and you want the opportunity to get your tax refund, because remember, if you are defaulted on your student loans, they're going to put you on the Treasury offset list and they will take your refund. If you do not want that to happen to you, I'm telling you to get on this Fresh Start program, because enrolling in it erases all your bad behavior in the past and is basically giving you a fresh start. Now, if you can manage to slide by, well, we're already in an administrative forbearance. So if you get on this Fresh Start program, nobody has to make payments right now anyway. So you at least get a couple months. What you want to do is at least stay good in the eyes of the government until tax time, so you can at least get your refund without having it snatched. Okay. So I gave y'all a little bit of advice. All right. You only got until Wednesday, but this is one way that you can preserve getting your tax refund, because a lot of y'all, it's going to be taken, not just for student loans, probably for SBA loans too. Jasmine says, what can I do if my application is in review for the borrower's defense and now it's in collections? So when you guys do your borrower's defense application, you should have checked the box stating that you wanted your loans to go into forbearance while you wait. So what I would tell you to do, Jesseline, and this is for anybody, if you are unsure of your status, tomorrow morning you need to call studentaid.gov and you need to ask them, are your loans in administrative forbearance while they review your application? If it is in forbearance, then you should not be being reported to the credit bureaus. There should be no progress on your file until they make a decision. Now, if they already made a decision and you did a dispute where you wanted them to look at it again, your loans will not have that coverage of forbearance. Only the first time when you do your first initial review. So I hope y'all heard me. Y'all know I can talk fast. So if I missed or lost anybody, let me know and I'll repeat it. Okay. But tomorrow y'all need to call them and see if your loans are on administrative forbearance. Okay. So that because they're not supposed to be reported or anything while you wait. Okay. All right. Y'all quiet over there on YouTube. What y'all got to say? Y'all got any questions about anything? Let me know now. Okay, you did the forbearance. So if you did the forbearance, I'm gonna just tell you, you cannot trust that those people saw your answer on your form or on that thing. I would call them and make sure. That way nobody can't tell you no lie. So if you never ask, you won't know. Okay. That's right. Miss Lisa. Lisa said the replay is on YouTube. That's right. Y'all make sure y'all go and y'all check me out. Okay, so I said I wasn't gonna tell y'all about this right now, but I am always excited when I come up. Well, I ain't gonna say come up. When God gives me these wonderful ideas. All right. Now, I have for a very long time wanted to get into faceless YouTube. If you guys don't know what faceless YouTube is, it's basically videos where it's not your face. Okay, it's just videos playing. People are talking. If you don't know, YouTube is the #1 most watched medium right now in the world. Okay. Now, the United States sued TikTok. So as it stands right now, come January 2025, TikTok may be banned here in the United States. It's still going to be out, but we may not be able to access it. Now, if y'all live in any of those states that ban the porn, y'all know what I mean when I say they block access. You can type that site in, but you ain't getting nowhere past once it hits that website. It's a no-go, okay? That should happen January 2025. So I say all of that to say, if any of you had dreams of starting a YouTube channel, here's God telling you this is your opportunity to do so, because you got a couple months to get yourself going. Because in January, if they take TikTok away, where do you think all those people that spend their time on TikTok going to go? There already is a ton of people already on YouTube, but now it's going to be a ton more. And they may be interested in what you got to say or what you are doing. So again, you ever want to start a YouTube page? Boom. All right. So back to faceless YouTube. Faceless YouTube is starting to become a big niche because a lot of people don't really want to sit and look at people all the time. I get that. And it's difficult for me to just talk to y'all all the time like this. This is why I want to get to live calls, because it gets hard because you feel like you're having a one-way conversation. Okay. But I have found some apps. Now I'm thinking about putting together, I don't know, maybe a class, but I found some apps that, and these are AI apps that basically they do everything for you. If you you have a couple dollars to invest to pay your monthly subscription fees, you basically can just be the brains, and the apps will do everything else for you. You would just post your stuff. I mean, they leave nothing behind. When I say they create thumbnails, they create the video, they create the YouTube shorts, the posts, the content. I mean, they do everything. You don't have to do anything but be the brains, come up with the idea and the topic that you want. So again, for some of y'all that want to get into doing something on social media, this is your opportunity. Okay. They got apps that do it already. You don't have to do anything but pay for your monthly subscription and be the brains, and post the stuff that the computer makes. Okay. I am going to say that I follow a lot of people, but I noticed that a lot of people have several different pages. All right. So you may have people that you follow that you may follow another page of theirs that you don't even know. So I'm just going to throw out there that since you're going to be paying for these apps anyway, this is your time to utilize these things to make yourself more than one page. Because some of us have more than one thing that we like to do. I have more than one interest. Okay. So I even, hey, Kim, even I have said, you know what? I'm going to create several different pages. I ain't going to tell you what they are because I want y'all to find them organically. But these are all my interests, and these are what I want to do videos on. Okay. So if anybody's interested in learning more, you know, again, y'all can go to my website, book a consultation. Okay. A lot of y'all too, I'm going through y'all messages from this past week. A lot of y'all have been messaging me. I appreciate that. But some of the stuff that y'all want to talk about is going to require a consultation, because I cannot answer certain questions through email because it's going to require me to ask you more questions. So if you're asking me about a will or a trust, you're asking me about things like that, those things we need to talk about on the phone. Y'all got the phone number. It's out there on the sites. Call me. You know, if it's that serious. Sending me messages all the time is not going to be the way to get you the quickest response out of me for certain, especially for some of y'all situations where it's an emergency. And if it's an emergency, I don't know why y'all emailing me anyway. Okay. Thank you, Mel. You said to sign her up. I'm telling y'all, I want to be able to show how you can take $20 a month and turn that $20 a month into $1 million. All you have to do is be dedicated to taking the time out to do the work, or at least to be the brain to make the computers do the work. Okay, y'all already know that sooner or later we're gonna have to sit down and AI gonna take over anyway. May not be 100%, but in a lot of ways. So if they're going to be here doing these things anyway, utilize them. Y'all want to write books? Let those things write your books for you. Okay. Some of y'all hate writing papers for school. Yes, y'all, they get checked for plagiarism, but a lot of y'all know how to change those words around. Let these things write papers to help y'all jar y'all memory of some of the stuff y'all need to be talking about. Okay. They're out there. There are a lot of tools. Just a lot of people don't know how to use them, and you don't use them. And that's what I want you guys to start doing, because you can make some money with AI. Okay. All right. So again, if y'all here like the channel, I appreciate that. Hit the like button. All that goody goodness. Okay. And again, if y'all got questions, please ask. Look, I'm going through all my man, I was doing so much work with these AIs this past weekend. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I am staying in the house because I want to see all that it does. And when you motivated thinking that, hey, this can turn into a lot of money, because people are making lots of money on YouTube, guys. Okay. And half the time, I mean, look at Mr. Beast. I think he has the most subscribers ever on YouTube. And I can't even tell you, I don't know what he does at all. They do skits and all kind of other stuff, and people just suck it up. And you know what? Even if you made a third of what he makes, that's more money than you made if you didn't do anything. So keep it in mind, okay? As David says, I think I'm ready for a CPN. Where does my personal credit need to be to get started? Your personal credit has nothing to do with a CPN. They're two totally different things. As a matter of fact, the CPN is supposed to replace your personal credit. So I think you might be slightly misinformed, because your personal credit has nothing to do with a CPN. Most people credit is trash, and that's why they get a CPN. Okay. Malik says, how's low income housing in Central Florida? I tend to think in Central Florida, Orlando area, they have a lot of money. So you stand a chance to get into something nice. If you want to get on the housing program, that is what I suggest that you do. Get a housing program before you move, okay? Mahalia said, is there money on Instagram? Slight. To me, YouTube is the one that pays the most. Facebook and TikTok are kind of like, because you have to do so much. And, you know, Facebook and TikTok to me make you feel like a stripper. Like you got to work you got to work so hard to get $1. YouTube doesn't do that. All YouTube want is you to get subscribers. So if you got friends, if you do like I do, I take my phone and say, hey, subscribe to my channel, because everybody's on YouTube anyway. Subscribe, okay? And since y'all here, go to Shamika Saves on YouTube and subscribe, okay? No sense. You're going to be on YouTube anyway. Y'all going to be looking up what's going on with Diddy anyway, okay? So if y'all want to do all that, make sure you subscribe to your channel. To my channel, I appreciate that support, y'all. Show your girls some love, okay? Because TikTok is like, and again, it may not even be here come January. Then what? All right. Aura says, good time for me to do my PhD. I can use AI to write my dissertation. I'm trying to tell you, it will definitely help lead you in the right direction. I don't know why people don't use AI more often, but that's okay that they don't. The good thing is, if a lot of people aren't on it right now, this is your time to make all the money before people catch on. So if y'all got books y'all want to write, y'all, you know, I mean, AI is endless with the things that it does, okay? It can help you do PowerPoint presentations. I mean, golly, and people just keep building more of them, of wonderful things that they can do. So don't sleep on what this AI technology can do. See if it can help you in any kind of way, versus just saying, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Because, you know, a lot of us are bossy and control freaks, and this is your opportunity to be in control, because the AI gonna do what you tell it to do. So if you are a bossy, controlling type of person, then you're gonna love AI, because it does exactly what you tell it to do, and you ain't got to deal with no people and no back talk. David says, can you make LLCs to get a lot of business loans? Yeah, people make LLCs to get a lot of business loans. Your credit still has to be decent. You cannot just create an LLC and go and get business. Credit has to be taken into consideration. There are other things that people do, but you either got to make a whole lot of money on your job, and you have to be able to prove that for the bank to give you money, or you need to have good credit. If not, both, okay? AI is your virtual assistant. You are not lying. It is exactly your virtual assistant. And all this time I was praying like, oh man, I need help with this. This is overwhelming. I got this to do. You know, even just doing a YouTube channel just with this weekly, it's a lot of work. From planning, you got to know what to talk about. You got to do research, and then you got to post, because you want people, you want to have some engagement so people don't forget who you are, because you know the world's going by so fast. If I don't come in here for 2 weeks, people think you shut down. Okay. But AI can be your virtual assistant if that's how you choose to use it, okay? Can you make money just doing shorts on YouTube? Yes, you can make money just by doing shorts on YouTube. Shorts do require more viewing time, okay? So you have to have a whole lot more views on shorts than you would on regular YouTube videos. But yes, you can just do shorts, okay? And if y'all did not know, you can make money off of Facebook too. Y'all probably gonna start seeing a lot of people on Facebook saying stuff like, "Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this. Check below in the comments." They do that because they need engagement in the comments so that they can continue to make a check. You also will start seeing people posting crazy stuff to get you guys to engage. They want you to talk. So you can't always trust everything that y'all going to start seeing on Facebook, because people are going to be saying anything to get responses so that they can get a check every month. I hate that they've monetized Facebook in the way that they have, but people can't talk about nice stuff and how's y'all credit. 2 people might respond to that, but then you say, well, what y'all think is, did he guilty, or did he do it, or did he not? 5,000 responses. Okay, so unfortunately people are going to be reaching to get y'all to respond. So don't fall for everything, and don't believe everything that y'all seeing on Facebook. It is a bait trick. It is to get y'all to say the most outlandish stuff that if you mess around, they're going to use it against you one day. So be mindful of that. Okay. What else? All right. So we got 10 minutes. I'm going to let y'all go ahead on and drop y'all questions or whatever y'all have. Remember, tomorrow is the start of Domestic Violence Month, and the start of Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. Okay. I told y'all last week the Telegram is going to be sharing y'all addresses and y'all phone numbers and your IP addresses. They already do that with WhatsApp. So if y'all think y'all talking on any of these platforms and they're not giving your information out to somebody else, please do not be fooled. They are. Okay. They're definitely are not holding back. They are passing up your information. There is no privacy out there. Let's see. Johnson says, do you feel like the truck drivers will go on strike and shut the government down? The truck drivers, I don't think the truck drivers want to go on strike. If the port closes, the truck drivers have no other choice but not to go to work, because they're not going to be able to deliver anything. I'm not upset at the truck drivers at all, because this is not on them. This is on the Longshoremen Association. This is on the people who work for the port. Their union is telling them to go on strike. We're not working because we cannot reach a negotiation with the actual port. So truck drivers, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this will have a big ripple effect on a lot of people. Okay, not just us, those port workers, those truck drivers, then us. Okay. So y'all better scurry out to Walmart and go and get as much stuff as y'all can. Go to Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, wherever. Get all those things y'all can get and keep it. It says, I see how you can pull with SHA grant, but I don't know how to get the hot tub or jacuzzi. You under the special housing adaptation grant is another program. James, if you'll send me an email at my website, I will send you the link. There is another program that they can give you a pool or they're saying maybe not a spa, but I've seen people still get them. You just have to have the right condition. Okay. So if y'all a veteran, y'all know I told you veterans, the VA will get you a pool or a hot tub. You got to have a certain disability, and it has to be in your medical records that you need aqua therapy or hydrotherapy in order for them to do it. All right. Joanne says, oh, hold on. David says, how long does it take your credit score to go up or negative items to be removed? It depends on what it is. There is no catch-all time frame. I hate when I see people say, sign up for this credit repair special for the next 6 months. You pay this much, and we're going to, first of all, and I'm going to say over and over, I used to be a person that worked on credit. And I can tell you, because I was right there with everybody else. Unfortunately, the government makes it difficult for us to operate. They do not want individuals fixing your credit. Therefore, it is not legal in any state to do credit repair where you pay them before the work is done. Okay. So if you're hiring someone to do your credit, they are supposed to remove those items and then you pay, because credit repair is a service, and most service, the work is done and then you pay. Okay. No, most people, you don't pay up front. Okay. This is Then yeah, most places you don't pay up front. They might do with prostitution, but they're not with credit repair. Okay, they need to get those things taken off your credit, and then so it depends on what it is. It's not an easy question to answer. Okay, does paying charge-offs help your credit? That's another depends question. Is the charge-off new? If the charge-off is new, yes. If the charge-off is more than 24 months old, no, it's not going to do anything. It may give you 1 or 2 points. So when somebody tells me they're going to pay a charge-off, the first thing I ask is, how old is it? Because if it's too old, it won't do anything, and you'll be mad that you paid that money and you didn't see any result in your score. Okay, so ask yourself that question: how old is it? All right, and that should let you know if you want to fix it or pay for it or not. Okay. Joanne said, what's the difference in subscribing and joining on YouTube? So joining YouTube would be you becoming an actual content creator. Subscribing is subscribing to a content creator's page. I think you might be confusing it with Twitter. Twitter has a follow and subscribe. On Twitter, you can follow, or X as they call it, you can follow people. But if you want to subscribe, then you are now paying a monthly fee to get exclusive content from that person you're following on their X page. Okay. Excuse me. People can make money from Twitter, but you have to have a decent enough following that people will subscribe there. I don't know that people would want to subscribe there and the YouTube and all these other places. To me, YouTube would be the main platform that I would suggest people use because they pay the most. But that's the difference. So I hope I answered your question. Ms. Aura says, Ms. Shamika, is there any other programs out there I can apply to fix my house? I will say 211. The only other program in Florida other than My Safe Florida, My Safe Florida Home. The other one is Rebuild Florida. That's the only other program. Okay, so if anybody's living in any of these coastal states, and y'all see, we don't even got to live in coastal states no more. Y'all are going to want to start looking at getting flood insurance if you have a home, whether you think you should get it or not. Okay, they are redoing the flood maps. And I told y'all they were redoing the flood maps 2 years ago. And look at what's happening today. All the places none of us thought would probably get hit are now getting hit. The insurance rates are going to keep going up to where it's going to be ridiculous. Most people are probably going to sell because you're not going to be able to afford a mortgage and your homeowners insurance together. Okay. But one of the ways that we can keep these down is by being insured. Okay. But everybody needs to be insured, because if people are not insured, then the money that they have to go pay for Joe Blow's house paint, getting knocked down, we now have to pay for that. So everybody needs to be insured. The government needs to make sure that we're all insured, but they won't. Okay. They make sure they put it on you. So if you're a homeowner and you do not live anywhere near water, that does not mean any damn thing. Okay. Not anymore. And if you don't live near water, that means your flood insurance rates should be dirt cheap. Okay. Which I mean like a couple $100 for the year. Some of y'all might need to look into it. Okay. Because when these insurance companies are coming back to people and telling them, hey, the only way we're going to fix your house is for you to pay a deductible of $10,000 down. And I've had at least 3-4 people in the past week have said that to me. That is alarming. Okay. Who has a deductible? Who has $10,000 laying around to get their home fixed? Not a lot of people. Okay. So I'd rather you have more insurance than you need, than less than you need, because then you're going to have to go through the government, and y'all know sometimes how long that takes. Okay. Where can I get assistance with the new IRS BOI requirement? Hey, Miss Lex, IRS is not making that requirement. The BOI requirement is through FinCEN, the Finance Central Command. Okay. If you need help with your BOI forms, if anybody needs help with their BOI, meaning you have a business and you have not registered, y'all know y'all got to the end of the year. I told y'all when I was doing mine. If y'all been watching me long enough, I already told y'all my drop dead date when I was going to do it. But if anybody needs help, send me a message and I can do your BOI for you. Very small fee, but I can do your BOI for you so that you're in compliance. This is something that y'all gonna have to start doing every single year because they want to make sure they're watching and cutting down on fraud. Okay. So they want to know who owns these businesses so that if anything goes wrong and it's tied to you, they know exactly who to come back to say, hey, you are now responsible for this. Okay. All right. Malik said, did Orlando get the storm bad? No, I did not hear too many people. A lot of people just got wind and rain. Northern Florida, which I call lower Alabama, and Georgia and North Carolina, those places got hit really, really bad. You know, I can't say some of those towns have bad history. So, I mean, this could be, you know, thing coming back to folks. I'm not saying I wish nothing bad on anybody, but sometimes you got to pay for things that were done. Okay, the ancestors did. So some of these towns got real bad reputations, but nonetheless, people still stay there and they still deserve the right to have good housing. So I hope that they get taken care of. It says they are dropping our homeowners insurance in July. I already had mine dropped. Let me tell you, if you already know they're going to drop your homeowners insurance, this is the time to do your shopping around now, because you wait until you're dropped. Rates could be higher because they know that people are all trying to switch at the same time because everybody waits to the last minute to switch. So I had already had my feelers out there. I was already getting quotes so that I knew when it was time to switch over, I can immediately switch. And that's what I suggest for everybody. Homeowners insurance is going to be a thing that unfortunately people are going to be starting to choose if they're going to be able to afford to keep it. And if you don't have homeowners insurance, guess what? You can't take advantage of any government programs because they require you to have homeowners insurance in case something happens because they need to be able to have liability. So if you don't have homeowners insurance, you will not be able to get any help from the government, and everything you do, you will have to pay out of pocket. And that gets costly too. Okay. Not telling nobody not to go get a house, but these are the things of why people don't want to get a house. Okay. Can you write off a tax return? Can you write off a tax return ripped from you? I don't know what you mean when you say, can you write off a tax return ripped from you? You can write off being charged for taxes every year. So when you do taxes next year, you can tell your tax preparer to put in the fees that you paid for the taxes. It's probably not going to move your return $1. It's probably not even going to change a thing, but you can put it in. But I don't know what you mean when you say rip from you. It says, why owner operator so hard to buy a house? If you're an owner operator, the reason why it's probably harder for you to buy a house is because you are a self-employed employee versus an employee who has W-2. That can be risky for some banks. It doesn't mean that you can't get a loan, but it's a lot riskier to give somebody a loan for however much money when you don't know if they even really truly have a job. Okay, because all they really have to go on are your taxes and maybe your pay statements. But the way that people are making up pay stubs and the way people can just generate taxes and don't even really have to submit them to the IRS unless the bank actually checks, so it's a lot harder. You do W-2, it's a lot easier to verify because they got the employment line that you can verify that you really do have a job. So unfortunately, when you're self-employed, they make it a little bit more difficult. And I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it goes. Okay. Let me see. Someone's so if your tax refund was stolen from you, no, you cannot write that off. That's not a write-off. If somebody stole the money from you, the only thing you can do is report them to the IRS. And you have to wait till the IRS works it out and get you your money back. That's it. You can't do anything else with that. That's not a loss to you in their eyes. So no, you can't. Sorry. David Hepner says, I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, I have shamikasaves.com. If it's something I can just answer yes or no, you can send me a message. If not, you book an appointment and we can talk. David, I have no problem with that. Okay. All right. So it's almost 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna leave you out with a couple things and then we're gonna go. Remember, starting tomorrow, student loans will be reported to the credit bureaus. If you are not in good standing, you need to call your student loan servicer so that you can either get on the Fresh Start plan and enroll yourself into this so you can wipe out your bad history so you can get your refund that's coming up this year. Excuse me, next year. If that is not you, but you are enrolled in the student loan, that consolidation program, and you just have not made any payments, make sure that you're still on forbearance so that they do not report anything. Because I'm going to tell you, if they report something to the credit bureaus mistakenly, even if they correct it, your points will not go back to what they were before the late payment hit. Okay, so get in front of the problem versus waiting to catch the problem at the end. If you have a borrower's defense application in, you need to call student aid to make sure that you're still on a forbearance so that they're not reporting your information to the credit bureaus. Okay, it says if you already applied for IDR, do we need to do anything else? KB, I'm talking to you. The only thing you need to do is make sure you are still on administrative forbearance. If you're on the IDR, you need to make sure, and that's the income-driven repayment plan. You need to make sure you're still on forbearance because the federal court knocked down Biden's IDR, that SAVE plan. So they said that while they're making it, while the Department of Education is coming up with an amount you guys need to pay, y'all are not supposed to be making any payments. You're on forbearance. I like them to tell me that that's what I'm on, because again, one late payment could drop those points, 60 points. But as soon as they correct it, it may give you 20 points back. It's not worth it, guys. Okay. Also, y'all got any questions, comments, anything y'all want to see? Y'all know y'all can go right to my website, Shamika Saves, and ask. You can type them in the box. You can book an appointment for your credit consultation. If y'all want to talk about bankruptcy, a lot of people are still filing. I had somebody today, I cannot believe they had not did a forgiveness for their PPP loan. And I'm like, they still have people out there like you that did not do the forgiveness on your PPP. Are you crazy? So, and yes, if y'all want to know, you can put your PPP loan and your EIDL loans into your bankruptcies, okay? Before y'all even go there to ask. Yes, you can. And what else was I going to say? Oh, it's almost tax season, all right? So every year I always take 10 people with me. I want to get y'all in early because some of y'all need to get y'all business set up like Miss Aura so y'all can have y'all money come to y'all own thing. It does not have to go through me, the ERO, anything. Get your business fully set up with your background check. But the IRS is now saying you are now a partner with them. If that's something you're interested in doing, let me know. Get you some software, get you set up, teach you how to do taxes so that you can run your own business next year. Okay. Taxes is something that can be lucrative. It's something you can do every single year. All you need to do is stay abreast of the new information. If you sign up with me, that's my job, to basically give you the information, show you what, how to do that in the system. And I don't know, and make y'all some money before AI takes this away from us, because they coming for tax preparers too. Okay. Should you go to court for eviction if it's in the CPN? If they got your real information, but the only thing is wrong is your social, I don't know that I would show up. The reason why is because you may have some room to say that it wasn't you. Okay. But if these landlords know it's you, they know your face. I mean, we got to talk about that because there's going to be some certain questions I'm going to ask. But if this is a big complex, and you going through an eviction, 9 times out of 10, they don't know you face to face. I would not show up. Okay. But Teresa, we can talk about that offline. Okay. We don't want to get too many people. We don't want to get too much of your business away. Okay. All right. So let me see what y'all saying. Anything else? Okay. So I don't see nothing else from y'all. I want y'all to have a wonderful rest of the week. If I could do anything, please let me know. I'm here. Like I said, you guys can book an appointment. Got stuff to talk about. We got things to do. And I'm going to continue on my YouTube AI journey, and stay tuned, because as the subscribers come in and the money rolls in, I'm going to let y'all know, because I don't want to just be telling y'all to do something I haven't done it first. So I'm doing it. But if y'all are interested, I have no problem giving y'all a little class on how to use these apps to work for you. If you wanted to write a book, a screenplay, a script, whatever, grants, You know, y'all be paying people to do things that you can do. You just need to know how to use the prompts. And if you don't know how to ask for the prompts to do something specific, you won't get what you want. And that is how AI works. Okay. So anyway, be blessed. Follow me on all my platforms, Shamika Saves. And I hope to see you guys next Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And bring your questions next time. Okay. Don't be a stranger. And Miss Cynthia, you're late, but it's okay. We missed you. And L. Fletcher says, I haven't got my tax return, and they're saying they sent me a letter, but there is no letter in the portal. What could that be? Did you go into your irs.gov account and see? Because letters are in there now, L. Fletcher. Okay. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for liking and sharing. I appreciate that. You know where you can catch the replay on YouTube. And I believe that is it. So L. Fletcher, go to irs.gov, create you an account. Then go into your account and see if any letters are there. If they are not there, call IRS and ask them to resend you a letter. If they say they can't resend you a letter, that's because computer-generated letters cannot be reprinted. So the only thing you're probably going to be able to have them do is to tell you what they need you to do, why they didn't send you your refund. And they probably didn't send you your refund because you probably need to verify. See if that's what it was. See if you can get your self-verified so that you can get your refund. Okay. And yes, Miss Nicola, you need to create a faceless account, especially about the countries, the islands. People ain't never been over there. Make them tell y'all faceless YouTubes is where it's at. Use these AIs to do it, and I'll help y'all. Hey, Trash Girl, how are you? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna take me some medicine. No, y'all hear me over here. I'll have to schedule an appointment with you for my daughter to file bankruptcy. Boom. I'm there for you, Miss Cynthia. Let me know. Okay. Send me a message, email me, or text or call, however you want to do it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Y'all be blessed. To see you next Monday. Bye. Hold on.